Hello and welcome back. If you are new here, then it is nice to meet you. My name is Brittany Morris, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently. A lot of my self sustaining daily goals or weekly goals, whatever I need to do, is cooking, but there are times where I need to make something else. So I just started my surrogacy journey and I wanted to get some breast milk lotion, but instead of buying it, I'm just going to make it because I have some frozen breast milk left over from last time I did my surrogacy journey. So I'm going to be making that today, and it's my first time, so we'll see how it goes. I'll see you at the end.
All right, we're going to get started by heating the water so that it can heat up my double broiler and adding some beeswax. I'm going to get this started on getting all melted while I measure my oil. So I am using, please forgive me if I say this wrong, but I've only ever read it, jojoba oil? I am very confident I'm saying that wrong, but like I said, I've only read it. So I'm going to use some of that, and then I'm also going to use some oregano oil that I made a little bit ago, and I'm weighing that out. I didn't move the camera, but I will move it when I'm measuring the breast milk here in a minute. So here I'm adding the oregano oil that I made. And then once that is all measured, I am going to add it to the beeswax that is melting right now. Anything having to do with skincare or soap, it's pretty important to try to get the measurements right. That's why I am using my scale. Figured out that my handle on my double broiler was burning, so I am putting it fully in the pan so I don't set it on fire. Me, and even though I cook all the time, I am very prone to burning myself. I've never set my kitchen on fire, but I have burnt myself a lot. So there I am adding the oil to the double broiler, and I'm going to mix it together with the beeswax that was in there. And I'm going to add some lavender water. This is not nearly as strong as lavender essential oil, but it still smells really nice and it has great skin benefits. Now I'm measuring out the breast milk that I'm going to be adding. I have this fully defrosted. It's been in the freezer for about a little over a year, so it's definitely not able to be eaten anymore. But I can still use it for things like lotion or adding it to my kids' bathtub and just using it up because at the end of my surrogacy journey, again, I'm going to be pumping and I will need the freezer space. The longer you have breast milk frozen, the less nutrients that are in it, so it's definitely time to make sure it's all used up. It's a very simple recipe. Doesn't include any like emulsifying. I do fluff it just because I like to have my lotion fluffed, but once you actually mix it all together, you don't really have to do too much more after that. So here is vitamin E oil to help prevent it from molding or getting any bacteria, and it's also really good for the skin. I'm just adding a few drops of that. And then I'm going to add that lavender water that I mentioned before. I'm not really measuring, I'm just Doing what feels right with this part. So as you can see, the beeswax and the oil is completely melted. And now I'm going to add the room temperature breast milk, mixing it up really nicely. Don't add it too quickly because we are trying to combine them fully. And just a steady stream works perfect for that. I'm mixing it really well. And I'm going to stick my entire double broiler into the refrigerator and wait for it to harden a little bit before I fluff it up with my hand mixer. So it is all done with that heat. It is very liquidy at this point because it is still hot, but it will stiffen up when it gets cold. Make sure I am happy with how well it's mixed and put it in the fridge. Alright, it is more hardened than it was before. I should have left it in the fridge a little bit longer, but I am just fluffing it up a little bit. I'm going to put it back into the fridge and do this one more time before I'm happy with it. And I added it to a little container, and now I'm trying it out. It feels a little bit oily in the beginning, but once it is soaked into your skin, it feels so nice. I'm using this on the places I am prone to get stretch marks, and I use it for my face for now. It is very nice.
All right, and this was really simple. There are definitely ways that you can make it more complicated because it does separate the liquids and the fats a little bit. But I wanted to test out the simple recipe first and check it out. And if I end up needing something more complicated, then I will try again next time. But it feels really nice, and it definitely absorbs into my skin really fast, which is also really nice because I usually put it on right before going to bed. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything that you want me to try, or maybe I'm already doing it. I would love suggestions on what we can make at home. I will see you next time. Goodbye.